Yes, so I didn't know Maarten from before this project. I did know Gerrit because I followed some classes with him in 2007, I think, in Leiden. And that was my introduction to Reformational philosophy, or more broadly, science and faith type of questions. How did I get involved? Yes, so Maarten already said we both knew Teunis Brand, who's the present the director of the Dutch Foundation of Christian Philosophy. And he suggested that we have a chat, and so we did. So I asked them what the idea was, and I did have a side hustle, a side project as a designer. I'm not a trained professional designer of images or other type of stuff, but I did have some experience with that. And so I asked, what's your idea? What do you envision for these figures? And he said, well, I only have one criterion. They should express timeless beauty. So I said, oh, okay. That was a bit, it made it a bit of a challenge, I suppose, to live up to that standard. But what I enjoyed the whole process of working with them and thinking about how language and images can like strengthen each other. And yeah.
It
So
always
that was
strikes.
how we started, I think
Yeah,
3 years ago or so. Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, it always strikes me how visual Doiveard's language is in and how spatial. And did that inspire you? Had you already sort of seen any images when you read Doiveard or books about Doiveard?
Well, not more than like the very simple drawings with one pencil, like of an apple tree or so, which also recurs in in our pictures. Um, Not so much, but I did notice that Doiveard's language is visually inclined. So that was one of the things I took into consideration when thinking about the pictures themselves. So shall I just show you a bit? I can speak about it, but I can.
Yes, please do. Yes, Susan, please
You
share your
already
screen and
sent
show us.
you shared
Yeah.
the links to all the images, so you can download them yourself and have a look at them. But I put some of them on a screen. So yeah, this is just like a collage, a collection of images from different chapters on different subjects. To show you. So we started with what we thought was the most difficult, the most challenging to put into images or make visual, and that was the theory of modal aspects. So for that particular theory, Doiveard himself already uses an image, or in words he puts the image of the prism. You're probably familiar with it. So that was our starting point. And yeah, this is the quotation for those interested from Doiveard's own works. So he uses the prism to express the idea that reality is one, but through time it also gets fractured into multiple modal aspects, or temporal aspects of meaning, and they're broken into colors as well. So the colors were very important to us to incorporate into the designs. Of course, light is only fractured into like 6 or 7 colors, and we had 15 modal aspects to account for. So it became a bit more colorful even than a rainbow. But then how do you put, these are some early attempts to how to put those 15 colors into like a shape. So on the left, you have a 3-dimensional shape consisting of 15 sides, or triangles and squares. But yeah, when you want to visualize a particular object in reality through an aspect, then you cannot really, it's not very versatile, such a shape. So we tried the pyramid, or the triangle shape. But then we had a discussion about, aspects are not really hierarchically ordered, or they're not like higher and lower vis-a-vis each other. So therefore, in the end, we ended up with a circular fan shape. So these are some of the definitive figures or illustrations of all the aspects. And this was more fruitful, more versatile, because we could also embed the ideas of foundation and disclosure, so the directions into this particular shape. We could add icons as well as words to them, so that they can be, throughout the book, they can be repeated and easily remembered what the modal aspect in question was. So yes, this was what we started off with, and it's from here we took it a little bit further. So I don't know what you want to know. I can show you a bit more about things that changed along the way, or other difficult notions and concepts to put into pictures.
Yeah, thank you. This is really interesting to hear about this journey and the criticism and the discussion that you must have had at every stage. I remember talking with Andrew Basden. I don't think he's with us tonight, but he will no doubt catch up about how these aspects should be, and whether they should be, yes, a sequence or a circle, whether they should be beads suspended from like a mobile with a common hanging suspension point. I remember even discussing whether they should be, some of them in parallel with each other and so on. But I think, yeah, what you've come up with, I like the way there is a break in the circle between the numerical and the faith, which I guess is a nod to the fact that it's not supposed to be a cycle.
No,
but at the same
definitely
time,
not, no.
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, that's the whole idea of a circle that can go round and round. But we had to make a break there. Yeah, yeah.
Incidentally, I heard someone suggest once that Isaac Newton is the one who told us there were 7 colors in the rainbow. I haven't checked the historical truth of that, but I have the idea that because 7 was a perfect number with special Jewish significance, there was an expectation to see 7 colors, when of course it is a continuum. And Richard Betts there is giving me the thumbs up, so he must be able to vouch for that. Anyway, yeah, Doivid's analogy really goes a long way, doesn't it? And I think these illustrations really show that. Could you say a little bit more, maybe, Susan, about how you then represented some of the other abstract ideas like unity and coherence and totality? You've got very nice diagrams of those as well.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, I think unity and coherence, they like flowed from the same idea of colors melting into each other and forming different combinations. And so the colors helped for those particular concepts. I think the more challenging ones were the ones about the ground motives, because you have a whole story, a whole worldview that you need to put into one singular picture.
Yes,
So
tell us about those. How did you make those?
Yeah. So I think I included one of those. Let's see. Yes, this one. So this is the Renaissance humanistic Enlightenment type of idea, where, according to Doyeweerd, there is an inner tension in this worldview between nature and freedom. So here we also took inspiration from more recent culture, or at least the Statue of Liberty is the crowned figure here. He's holding or she, it's not very clear here. He's holding an axe at a tree. So we try to control nature. That's the idea behind it. So the light, or what's the name in English?
The torch.
The light, the torch. Yes, that's it. The torch is also the axe. So we try to control nature. We try to put it under our thumbs, or exploit it, and also research it, of course. But in the end, there is like an effect that also gets back at us and eats away our freedom, so to speak. So we are followed. We can imagine nowadays even more than Doyeweerd could, I think, that we're followed by cameras and cookies, and so privacy is an issue because of our need to control everything. But there's also, of course, the destruction of non-human nature of the creation itself, and that's also eating away in the end at humans' freedom. So I think this was, at least I think it was a successful attempt to incorporate multiple ideas and a process even in one single picture. Yeah.
Yes, I love how this tells a story, as you say. It just needs a caption, and then we can see the whole story going round. And I suppose you also developed almost a language, a symbolism throughout the course of the book, as you reuse motifs from beginning to
Yeah.
end. So the tree, the apple tree, comes here again as part of this symbol. And do you feel that this symbolic language has a future outside this book? I mean, where can it go?
Well,
Can it be used further?
yes, in practice it can, because it's all open access. So yeah, anyone can use these and reuse them into their own presentations and materials. As for their timelessness, I'm not sure if that is even achievable. But I try to keep them somewhat minimalistic or simple in nature, so that they won't like be very particular, or that they will stand some tests of time at least. So yeah, that's the idea.